Good morning. Let's play some chess. Today is day 30 of our journey. The time flies. Let's find a game, 15 minutes, 10-second increments. And we play with the white pieces today. And today is also a Sunday. And I shouldn't be playing chess on Sundays, but it is what it is. This is the Alapin. I think I have to push, but I can also try to transpose it into a Vienna. Let's try to do that. My opponent is anticipating on those moves, maybe. So maybe this is something he wasn't expecting. I don't know. Okay. So he makes room for that bishop. I can place 2 pawns in the center. I mean, why not? 2 pawns in the center, get the knight out, bishop out, castle. Looks fine. I mean, why not, right? This pawn is defended. We are playing against a 1400 rated player, 1427. Rida Sik. Strong player. Very strong. Okay, he's going to fianchetto that bishop, applying pressure on the pawn. Now, what I'm thinking about is I want to play that bishop here, queen here, and actually castle long. But if I play that bishop here, that knight will come, definitely. So I think I will prepare it. I think let's do that. Let's play it a little bit more aggressive today. And I'm not calculating anything now. It's just I'm looking for a particular setup here. That's it. And if he pushes in the center, I think I will push by. And this is what I want. And something like h4, h5. Maybe it's getting very wild on this quiet Sunday. Maybe it isn't. But it is at least an interesting position. We haven't had this before. And I haven't played this in a while. This is also not my style either, so I think we just castle here. That pawn is well protected. Let's castle. And of course we want to try to trade off that strong bishop of his. And he's going for the pawn storm. But I don't have to be very afraid. Not right now. I think I will start by... Oh, there's a fly. There's a fly in my living room. Oh, that's a good sign. I shouldn't be playing chess on Sunday. I am being punished. Of course, takes. We can pre-move that. I don't think my opponent is going to do that. Now this needs some preparation. Also, a quiet b1 is also a good move, just to get off the checking squares. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going pushing, push. And if the knight takes, yeah, I can kick the knight out and have some fun, or not. Who knows? My opponent is thinking now. Okay. I can kick the knight out. The knight is annoying. Knight is annoying. I don't like knights. But I don't see where the knight is heading to. Maybe it's rerouting itself. This is not a threat. Not right now, it's covered. So yeah, I think I will just also start pushing a pawn. I don't like having my knight here, so there is a point where I want to kick it out. But the downside of pushing pawns here is that I create hooks. Hooks that my opponent can use to open it up. And I don't like to voluntarily open it up. So, okay. Now I can push again. Now, the downside is that the knight can go there. I can cover that square first by developing the knight and then push. And I think I will just do that. Now it blocks my bishop, but this is still not possible. So here, at least I'm covering that square. And then yes, let's do that. It's important to cover that. I also need to stay sharp, that I keep contact with the bishop. So now I can kick the knight out on the next move with tempo and then play h5. So he's also pushing. Now he's opening up his king. Now this looks a little bit dicey. I don't know. Here, takes. And here's a bishop now also covering that square. But what about takes? He can take either knight or king. Is it worth it to sacrifice the pawn? Takes, bishop takes. And then go here. I don't like this move right away because of this. I can kick the knight out here and enter with my knight. I can also hop in like that. And if takes, I can actually take, oh no, I cannot hop in with the knight, I lose the bishop, but I can take the bishop first and then hop in with the knight. That's something I can do. But on takes, well, so takes, I don't know, he takes back, I go with the knight. What if he takes? I take back, he can take the pawn, and then my queen is under attack. I don't like that. I just want to make this move possible. That's it. That's it. Now, how do I do that? That's the question. Yeah, sacrificing the pawn. It's not the craziest idea. But I can also shift my focus a little bit. And let's do that. Let's shift the focus a little bit. First get that bishop out. Ooh, now he gets his queen, of his king there. That looks a little dicey. I can at least enter here. But that's not doing anything. I can take that pawn. That's maybe he will take with the bishop. Ooh, but then he has some pressure here. I think I know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to kick the knight out first. I think the knight goes there. Then I take that pawn. And if you take with the bishop or the rook, you get yourself forked. I think that's the game plan. Now the knight is still covered by my knight. And this is important because I don't want, when the bishop arrives here, that he has pressure here on the pawn. So I think this is an important move. Wow. Wow. And he sacrifices the knight. Now I can take the knight, and then I have to deal with this check. Wow, I really wasn't expecting that. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. I think I will take with the knight. I mean, wow. Wow. I can take a piece here. Takes, then take the pawn. Then I am being checkmated. So takes, I actually have to go back, play some defense here. It is a piece. It is a piece. But I think I will let it go. And that pawn is also hanging. But first I will have to kick the knight out. I don't know, probably the knight will go here. And then I can continue with the attack. I think I will do that. Takes. I don't know what my opponent is going to do. Maybe he's going to attack me. Is that possible? Yes, of course that's possible. No, I'm not taking the knight. I'm not going to take the knight. Now what do I do if takes? What do I do in that scenario? That's also possible. Do I go here? Attack the rook? Well, takes, then I think I will take the knight, takes, and play something like that. Okay. Crazy game. And on that move, I have no idea what I'm going to do. Okay, so he's pushing there in the center. I can get my knight here. He's going to kick me around. I can also try to open it up here. I can also play something like that. And then I have to... I don't know. I don't know what I have to do. It's interesting how my opponent plays this out. Now here, the knight is still covering the knight, so going forward seems logical. I'm just not sure what I do on that move. Maybe then I will try to counter. Here. Can also just go back and just be more solid. But here, that's the only thing I am not convinced in how to continue that. Now that's a juicy square, but that's not going to happen. And I only have 2 minutes left, so... But that's, you know what, let's do that. Let's go here, let him push all the pawns in front of the king. And if he is going to kick me out, maybe I will even just play that. Sacrificing the knight. He's probably not going to take that. Crazy game. Crazy game. Maybe I want to play. Okay, so he's going back. He's going back to that thing. Now, actually, I think I can allow that. For instance, what if I play this? That's a fork. I would assume he will play that. Takes. Can I sacrifice the queen there? Takes. Probably takes. Then I have check. Winning the queen. And then there are 2 pieces hanging. You know what? Let's try. So takes. He's taking. Check. Takes. Now I have a choice. Where is the knight going? It cannot go here. It cannot go here. It can go here. That forks my pieces. Do I take this? Or do I preserve my pawn structure there? That's the question. I think I will take... and this pawn is also hanging. Maybe I'll take that knight. Yes. Because that knight is still stranded a little bit. And yeah, okay, so now I'm up a piece. And I'm going to save my pawns. Well, at least I'm going to try to. This is well defended. Well, that was a success. Okay, well, he's not done attacking me, which is fine. That's his good right, you know. But how to do this? How do I get a knight here? It has to come from here or here, so we need a little reroute. Now, if the knight comes there, then that pawn is actually hanging here. Maybe, but who cares? Well, actually, it's not that funny. This is a good move. Now that's protected, that's not. I probably will have to push. Okay, so he's going to push all the pawns. I'm just trying to get my knight to a good square here. And yes, I am hanging a pawn. I don't know why. Maybe I am just a little bit too happy with the position that I'm just blundering the pawns. I'm taking this one. Okay, let's try not to blunder all the pawns. Let's try to be more solid. Maybe actually try to defend something here. So what about how do we do this? Man, how do we do this? I'm not sure how to do this, actually. He has very active pieces. He has a lot of pawns. And my position is very cramped. Maybe there are some ideas there. And I only have 40 seconds. My opponent has 11 minutes. All right. Okay, so he's attacking my pawns. That's not very nice, mister. Well, time to defend. This is pure chaos here, man. I need to do something with my bishop. My bishop is absolutely my worst piece. Knight goes back. Okay. Time to push the pawn. I don't know why. So I can attack something here. That's why. That check would fork my pieces, but it is my knight that is preventing that. But it's far from fun. Okay, that knight is maybe going here and here. That's a strong idea. Let me make a one move threat. Okay. Let me give this check. I mean, why not? And then maybe we can trade some rooks. Ooh, I'm dropping the pawn. But then I'm coming in with my rook. And that looks dangerous. I'm not playing sharp in these last seconds. I don't like having no time on the clock. I hate that. Let me pre-move that. Okay, so we have successfully pre-moved some action. Now that knight is preventing me from coming in. That's super annoying. I also will, and that comes with check. Let me come with the other way around. And let's try to infiltrate here, which is almost a checkmate. So we go here. and we want to infiltrate. If the rook prevents that, he will lose a rook. Let's go here. Takes. Or do I give the check first? That pawn was preventing him from escaping. Oh, no, that's a good move. That's a good move. It's a good move. So takes. Let me. Well, if I takes, knight takes and attacks my piece there. Let me give the check first. Let's see what my opponent is going to do. Maybe blunders a fork or something. I can also take that pawn now with check. So what if he goes there? I think I can just take. Rook is defended by the knight. I'm protecting the bishop. All right, so he goes there. Now there must be a mate here, right? Or not? Damn it. Don't we have checkmate here? Here. Check. Oi, oi, oi. Oh, mouse slip. No. No, I didn't want to play that. No. That was a mouse slip. Yeah, that's stupid. That is so stupid. Here. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Here. Yeah. Damn. It's the mouse slip. It's that mouse slip. Maybe I should go here. Just take that knight and try to make something happen with the knight and the rook. Oi, 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 oi. Ah. That freaking mouse slip. Yeah. That would also be an interesting move. Now he's preventing a couple of things. That's probably smart. No, no! I lost some time. Damn. Yeah, I shouldn't be playing chess on Sunday. All right. I feel so bad about it because I feel I was completely winning, but here also I'm completely winning, but I couldn't find the right. I couldn't find checkmate and I couldn't find the right continuation, and I was failing under time pressure. Well, it is what it is. We played with a 75% accuracy. That's not. This is not a good game. This is not a good game. All right. Let's check it out. So here, this was all, that was an inaccuracy. That was a good move. Good. Fine. Well, actually, up until this point, we are making all the right decisions and we are completely winning here. We are plus 4.5. That's the best move. Takes. There was something better here. Ah, of course. Just take that queen and leave it here. All right. Yeah, that's okay. But this was also fine. I mean, we win a piece, so. But some reason I just blundered the pawn here. That's just very bad. And yeah, we actually did a fine job, but we needed more time here. That was also good. Yeah, that was a good move. Best. And here, well, I don't think there's a mate looking at the eval bar. It is +7. Yeah, that was a mouse slip. Oh, I should have taken with the knight. I was thinking about this, but I was not sure. And I wanted to take that pawn here, and then yeah, I don't know how I wanted to continue. Maybe this, and then this. This is completely fine, of course. But I mouse slipped. Yeah, that was a bad mouse slip. But still. Yeah. And I was about playing this move, I think. Yeah, this was, I think, what I was going to do. Yeah, and then figure something out. Yeah, maybe even something like that. Just trying to checkmate here. All right. Well, that was it was a fun game. It was exciting. So